Welcome to part number 37 in this playlist. So in this video we will be creating notifications for the groups feature we have done already, and also we want to organize them and add something to them, so I will show it to you in this video. But don't forget to watch this video until the end to learn everything. So without any further ado, let's get into it. So here we go. The first thing the first notification we need to create is when for example, when you accept someone and when you send a request to someone to join that group, or when you invite him or her, if he accepted that request, then we want to create a notification for us, the person who sent the request. Good. So let's go ahead and create that. So and by the way, it's been actually 2 weeks since I have taken a look at this project, so I may have I found a bit of trouble navigation in this project, but I will do my best anyway. So when I want to ask myself, so accepted to join, so whenever someone accepted to join, so we need to first actually show them the request. If they accepted, then at that point we can talk about this type of notification. But I think that what I see now is that we don't have this. We need to start first by doing this, and once you have accepted this, so you can take a look, you can see it like this. So this will take us to this one, so we are better start with this one. We invite to join. If they accepted that invitation, then we can talk about the accepted to join, right? So that's good. So I want to first just very quickly, I want to take a look at the types of notifications we have created so far in this page. So just close this one up and set invitation. So yes, so send an invitation, but why we should actually see accepted invitation? Well, so it's let me just take a look at this one. Well, this one is is a bit weird, so I have forgotten why we have actually, so we already have it here. So what if I deleted this? So what will happen? So nothing will happen. I think that this means it didn't has any effects. But if you actually have noticed that I have made an error right now, so please stop the video and tell me in the comment section what problem or mistake I have made. But now let's actually move on and create the invited to join group. So invited to join, so we first need to actually go and choose members here and invite. So we create document in the chat invitation, this type. So it is invitation. We have talked about this topic already, and then so we navigate to the group feed. So here I think that so for the invitation we have it here. So we need to create a notification in parallel with this invitation. So we want to create a notification. We want to notify them that they were invited to actually accept. So here we go. The first thing I want to do is to create the accepted to join. So you might say, why you are putting this arrow here and why this actually belongs to the notification, since this is just for the invitation. So whenever you invite someone, you create a notification here in the group's invitation, right? Good. But why I have put it here? So that was my mistake, but I think that this is linked to this one. So for example, if I invited John, he will see on his group's invitation page, he will see that I have actually invited him, right? So he can just go and accept it, and once he accepted that, so for me I need to be notified. So this is what I mean by this. So this is linked to the invitation, or the acceptance of the invitation is linked to actually to the creation of a notification in my profile. I need to be notified when John accepted actually my invitation, and we talked about that we are not going to be creating the decline or refuse the invitation, so we can keep everyone happy. So let's actually start by working on that. So let's actually create that accepted to join. So I don't actually quite remember whether we have done it or not, but let me just check. So in this small action flow, we only have two options. The first one is to So I think that whenever you accept, you become the member, of course. And this, so delete document, you delete, yes, you delete the invitation, the whole invitation, because you have accepted it, of course. You don't need to see it again. That's why you will delete this one. And after that, right after that, you want to create a notification for that person who actually invited you. You want to create some sort of notification to let him know that you have accepted his invitation. So that's why we want to create this accepted to join. Good. So let's actually do it very quickly. We first need to actually create document. We want to create a notification. Good. So here are the notifications. So for which person? For the one who sent me that invitation. So again, I have invited John. If he accepted, he will be creating a notification for me so I can know he accepted my invitation to that group or to join the group. So now actually, you might ask yourself, well, how can I actually get the data of that person who sent me that? So how John can get the data of myself, of me, right? So for me, I am already here. I am the sender who sent that invitation. So I hope that the idea is clear. Good. So we want to create for that sender. We want to create a document for in his profile. So let's actually bring out all the fields, and then we can choose which ones to do actually to fill out. So we want to create them all. Well, that's a very long list. Good. So the type again is just this one. So I'm a bit lazy. I don't want to create it. I will just copy it. So here, so that's the type of that notification. So we need to actually put the type if in order to stay organized when building this app. So the scene, of course, it should be false because it was just created, and the person, I think, yes, now the person is John, right? He accepted, he is the person. Good. So we wanna actually not the authentication user. Yes, it is the authentication user, but why? Because the authentication user has access to his invitation page. If he just click it on accept, then he become the person who created that notification for me, right? So the person in this case is the authentication user, sorry, and in our example it is John, right? So let's get his user ID and close that one. So for the post, this notification is not related to post, so let's remove it. Not related to comment, not no reply, no comment ID, only time. We want to put the well, the current time there. So that's the first type of notification related to groups. So now let's actually move on to the next one, which is actually when someone actually posted in the group. So why this is important is because I think that if you join a group, then you are going to be interested in actually getting notified whenever something new is being posted there. That's why we want to create this type of notification. So let's actually go ahead and do it. So now we want to ask ourselves where this actually happens. So this happens right after someone created that notification, posted in the group. So here we actually create the posts, and this is the icon that we use to create a certain post. So let's go there. So it will take you to add post. Good. And well, this is the trick. So this component is kind of a general component we use it for, you know, when we want to post something in the social feed, and also we use that to post actually in a group, but that's something that is not making me comfortable. So I think I want to actually change it a bit. So so the text field entered something here. So what is this? So video uploaded. So this was just a very complex, you know, kind of action flow. So and I remember when we created that it was a bit complicated, but I don't want to go through it again. So that's gonna be you know, head breaking. So I just want to remember. So here, this is the add post. This is the only one it is the only component we have for creating posts. But now if we are going to be creating a post for group, I better just duplicate this one and dedicate this one to just groups. Add post in group. So I think this is a good name and very good. So and when we come to actually, so for the post in group, so let me just go to groups. So the groups and posts. So this is these are individual collections. So but for the post, we have added a new field that will tell us what group that post belongs to. Good. So that's where I have copied the same, and the only thing I will actually change is in the process of creating that particular post, we want to just add that group ID. That's the only thing that I have to change. But before that, I want to come back to the group feed and just, so this, instead of taking us to add post, which is the general one, we want to add post but for the group. That is it. And I think that we don't have a, yes, we don't have any, but why we have these errors? So right, so I think that we have to change the name. So name for upload data on image is not unique, so we can just add G, right? So since we have copied it, we need to change it. So G stands for group, just to split them or make a difference between the add post and the add post for group. Anyway, so we want to actually, so we want to go to, so I think I have done that for this one, but it doesn't matter. So we want to come back. So this is the component we want here. When we create that, we just want to actually have that ID here. So I want to just show it off, and we will need a parameter for that, because there is no way to get to know that group other than using a group ID. So just like this, and now we can come back and add a parameter to this particular component. So the way we do that is by coming here and say group ID. It's document reference from the groups. That's something that is very obvious, so we can confirm that. Now since we have a new parameter, we need to pass it or bring it from another source, and the source is going to be the group feed. And this is what actually takes us to this component that has a parameter that we need to pass. Now the group ID, we want to take it from, so it is already, we have done that. It is a group ID. It is a page parameter, and that is very good. We want to take it from a page and pass it to the other component. So click here and then pass it. Now we can come back to those fields that we have added in each action in this very complex action flow. So we want to open this up, and then we want to take it from the component parameter. We can go we can do the same for this one, and since it is the same, and good. So this is, we haven't actually finished our work, because our goal was to just create notification. But why we did this? We did this to actually know what so if I create a post in a group A, then I have to notify all of its members. Good. So the notification part comes right after we have created the post. So that's good. And so where we do that, we need to come back here, and right here the whole process will actually happen right after we have created. So for each row, for each road A, B, C, good, they all end up in this one. Whether you have taken this road or this path, you will end up here. And we want to use that to actually create the right type of notification. So we want to create notification for members. Keep in mind, we want to create notification but for members. So please keep this in mind. And so you may ask me, well, I know that, but How can I know the members? I don't know their IDs. How can I know that? That's a good question. So the question again is that this component is unable to know the members, and as a result it will not create the notification for members. So now let's actually help this component right here know the members of that particular group. So to do that is we need to actually go to the parameters, and so why I have added this e here, so members, and we want to actually members are users, of course, and it is a list. Confirm. Good. Now we have a new parameter. We need to pass it. So let's go back again here, and now we need to ask ourselves how we get the data of the members. So how do you think we get the data of the members? So if you take a look here at the structure of this page, so let me just organize it a bit so I can tell you how you can pick up the data of that particular group, so how you can access the data. So this here, if you take a look at this list view, it is displaying the post, and we have used a filter to just actually post user, it is equal following. So this is the group feed. Good. The group feed will actually need to just so the post user, so it is not actually organized. We have missed that, but anyway, so for the list view it should display the the post with the group ID equals to the group ID we already have pasted as a parameter. So we want to actually just use this one. Group ID is equal to that page parameter, so that group ID. So whenever we move on to this page, we'll bring an ID to let the page know what group we want to access to. And here in the results, we want to filter that by this field. The group ID of any of that particular posts needs to be equal to that group. We have passed his ID as a parameter, so that's the only filter we need, and the order is the same. So now if we want to actually have the members, we need to do a backend call here for a document, only one document, which is group, and we want to use this as the ID. So now with this backend we have access to the group data including members, so why not pick it from here? Why not pick that data from the members? So sorry, why not pick the members, that list of IDs from this backend? So we have it here. Let's now actually have access to it. So come here, and here, as you can see, now we have actually that access. Now if we open this one, we can easily actually have all the data of the the IDs of all the members of the group. Good. So now we have it, we know it. Now let's actually get back to our component, and here now let's actually focus on what matters. So here we want to create notification for each person, and as I told you, we have done that many times. We use a loop and a stage. So let me actually, so if you haven't actually understood this previously, I would like it's my pleasure to actually show it to you here. So here in our friend whimsical, so let's say, so this is member A. So we want to create like 3 types or 3 rectangles. So member A, and you go to B, C, so on and so forth. So good. So these are like the members. You have a member, we have 3 members, and we want to create a post. We want to create a notification for each person. So what we do, so we first put them all. So let me just bring out another one and put it in the back. So bring it back. So we can just change the color, and just, so here we have members. So what I will do is that I will put them all in a stage. So I want to put them put them all in a stage. And it can be a page stage, component stage. It depends on where I am. In this case, I am here in a component, so it should be a component stage. So component stage, so which is very important. So I will first put I will put them in this list. So, and I will start by creating the notification for member A. So for that loop, it will first create this notification for this person, and then it will take him out of that, and then it will come back. It will check how many members we have. We have more than 0, which means we have people here, we have people there. So let's create it for this person and take him away, and then this will come and it will make another leap and or loop or whatever, and it will check, do we have some people here in this component stage? Yes, we do have them. So let's create it for this one and then put him away. For the next loop, it will check, well, do we have some people there? No. So let's break the loop. So this is just the simplest thing I can make. So now let's actually come back and get to work. So first we want to prepare that stage. So I want to click on this component here. So here are the states. So members, we can just create members, and so I always add that E. I'm not sure why I do it, but I think that just because I try to write fast. So now we want to actually document reference, and members are users, of course, confirm, and you have a new state. Now let's actually come back here, and now let's actually add the loop. The loop actually always needs a condition. So I will tell you why. Because the condition here was, if people are here, then it should work. So if we have like 3 people here, then the loop will work for the first one, check him away, and then it once in the next loop, it will check there are people here, so create it for the first one and then remove him. There are people here, yes, create it and remove him. There are people here, no, it will stop. If you don't have a condition, then it will run all the time. It's not logical, right? The loop needs a condition under which it can perform those loops, and once that condition is false, then it will stop, which is exactly what we need. So what is the condition? So you can ask yourself to when you want this loop to work. I want it to work only if I have some people in that component state. Good. So I want to actually say that if the component state, which is members, so the number of items is actually greater than 0, 1, 2, 3, it depends, but I don't want it to be 0. If it is 0, then this will not work, the loop will not work. Now you want to ask yourself, so that component state, is it full of something? No, of course. So that's why before you actually think of doing a loop, you need to add you need to fill that component stage, right? So component stage, you want to put the members there before you think of running this loop. Otherwise it will not function correctly, because that component stage will be empty. So now let's actually set its value from that component parameters, which is members. Confirm. Now the stage here, at this stage, it is full. Now this loop will find those members in the stage, it will perform. So what is the first action? It is to create notification for the first person. Create notification for the first person. So where is the first person in that stage? So it is here in the stage. You go this one and you create item at index or person at index, first one. Good. You create it, you create notification. The type is, I will just copy it again from here. So copy it, and then the type is gonna be that. And scene, actually it should be false. Person, it is who the one who posted. Good. So that authentication user who posted, of course. And so the post, well, the post is not something that we can, so we can actually put this one here. We can actually fill it out. So maybe we don't need it, but let's actually just move on. We don't need the comment, of course. So let's just break them all and then remove those we don't need. So for the time, remove reply for the time. We wanna come and say, and we can say current time. Good. So time. Now, for the post, that's the question. So for the post, do we need to pass that parameter, or we need to actually no? Should we actually put that here? So for that notification when it is appear, so the user may want to click on that notification and go directly to that post page. So yes, we need that. We can actually use that. So let's actually use the output. So because here at these stages we create uh we create that particular we create that post, yes, that post. So let's use those outputs and put them here. So I'll try to give the same name and see what will happen. See, we don't have it. So this will have its output, this will have its own output, and this will have its own output. So for this in this case, so what should we do? So we have three different outputs. I think that we can just cut the action chain and paste it here. So we can have the same output here. So we have output here, output 1, and this output 3. Good. So and here we can, so for this one we have output 1. Oh no, it's just output. So we can go to action, outputs, output, and then we can post, we can just say reference. And so here, once we have created the notification for the first one, as I told you, we remove him from the first stage. So for the next loop, we want to create for the second person, right? We want just stage, component stage, and then we can members, remove from set at index 0. So here we create for the first one, then we remove him. So we create for the next one and we remove him. So you can just copy this action chain, paste it here, and only change one thing, which is this person here. No, it's not the person, it's the post. The reference should come from this output here. So confirm, and you see we don't have that error anymore. Paste it here and then come back here. So you can post reference, and then you can choose the last output, and then you can come reference, and that's great. That's totally fine. So now we have created actually, so these are just indexes, don't worry. So now we have created the notifications for groups. We have created all of them. Now we can just move on and show them, right? So let me just check how long the video is. So it is already 32 minutes, so I don't want to actually make it longer. So let's just do one thing before we finish this video. Or you know what, let's just quick stop the video because it's very long, and we needed to do all of those explanations kind of stuff, because that is it. You don't expect to learn fast and without actually finding yourself dealing with complex stuff like what we have seen in this video. So I really hope that you have enjoyed this video, and don't forget, so if you liked it, don't forget to give it a thumbs up. And also, if you haven't joined our channel, which is this humble one, so make sure you click on that subscribe button right down below. And if you want to be notified if I posted new episodes on this playlist, so just turn on the bell icon and you will not miss any of my upcoming content. And finally, I have just launched a Discord server where I will actually answer all of your questions. If you have questions that are not related to a specific video, that you cannot put it in the comment section, so you can find a community of people, like-minded people like you, who have similar goals and similar ways of thinking. So that's a good way to build a community around no code. So please don't forget to join us a link in the description, and it is totally free. So make sure you check it out after you have, of course, like it and subscribe. So thank you so much for watching, and see you in the next video.